All right, good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2018. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating, and had some good time off. As I said, I didn't trade at all last week, didn't even really look at the charts. Had a pretty busy week just doing family and friends stuff, so it was a good week, but back at it now, and just wanted to make a video here regarding some important news coming out today on the US dollar, and that is the FOMC December monetary policy meeting minutes are due out at 2 p.m. New York time today, so just over 2 hours from now. So sometimes these type of releases don't do anything. But I think this one has some potential just based on some of the things going on and some of the comments out there by analysts and certainly by what the charts look like. I think there's some potential for some volatility here. So it's still been a pretty thin week in terms of volatility, but this does have some potential. So just really brief to touch on what's being said. So I'm on forexlive.com under their central bank section where it says preview of FOMC meeting minutes, and this is one of their blog writers here. And if you just read through this, it's not very long. This is really all it is. It's basically Barclays put out a preview, and this is what they're looking at. They're going to be trying to find to see if there's shed any light on the inconsistencies in the committee's economic projections. Because from their last time, they were kind of all over the place, and in the absence of fiscal stimulus, some members may have reduced their inflation path in 2018, given recent softness on inflation. Existing median policy path of 3 hikes next year struck the right balance. So that's saying, basically, well, if they're going to raise 3 times next year, that's probably about right. And they'll also want to see how many members may prefer a pause in rate hikes in March to further demonstrate commitment to returning to 2% inflation. So they're a little trepidatious about this report, basically saying that, the projections are a little inconsistent and the inflation's a little bit soft right now, and so do we really want to hike? And so we want to see what the members really have to say. Now, on the flip side of that, this morning we had U.S. dollar ISM manufacturing PMI came out much stronger than normal. Now, this isn't really a data point that I would trade, and I didn't trade it, but it shows further strengthening of the U.S. economy. This is a manufacturing index, and obviously if they beat projection, it basically points towards towards higher economic activity, which starts at the manufacturing level for the U.S. economy. So if you go over to Financial Juice, which is like an aggregator site, again, you'll see the ISM referenced in here. And there was something else in here that I saw earlier about the Atlanta Fed. Well, if I can't find it, I remember I was just reading the headline. The Atlanta Fed, which is the Atlanta area office for the Federal Reserve, not the whole Fed, but basically said that they've raised the there you go, U.S. Atlanta Fed GDP model for Q4 has been revised up to 3.2. So because of some good economic data, they revised their Q4 model for GDP from 2.8 to 3.2. So again, they're looking at that as pretty bullish. But at the same time, the dollar's been under a lot of pressure. If you look at the charts, this is the U.S. Swiss, the 2-hour chart. It's been under a lot of pressure. And so now we'll just kind of look at the charts briefly here. So again, we'll start here on the U.S. Swiss. This move up right now does look corrective. That's possibly in a wave 4, and that will go back down again. Whether you want to look at this as 1, 2, and 1, and then this is we're in wave 3 right now. This is wave 3 of 3. This is wave 4 of 3, and then we'll go back down. Go to the daily. Again, same thing. Either way, I do expect this to go back down again, and I would say a minimum of about 100 pips, and possibly as much as, if this is all wave 1, 150. So I do expect this to continue down. The US yen, which you can see, this is my demo account. I'm already short in this anyways, and I do expect this to continue down. We did rally up this morning on that ISM manufacturing news. That's this candle right here. But you can see overall the trend is still down. So again, I would expect on this chart, on this particular pair, at least another 50 points to the downside. And on the euro, just the opposite, of course. You can look at this as something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that we're in a wave 4 right now. This move here, this is probably all, in fact, this actually might all just be wave 3. So this is probably 1, 2, then we're in 3 right here, and 3 is probably not even over yet. So we take these two and move them over here. So I'm thinking this is 1, 2, this is the start of wave 3, which is in wave 4 of 3. So if you want to see, I'll relabel this. I'll change the color. Let me change this color of this one to something else. Doesn't matter. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then so that's the purple. This is the larger trend, is these purple numbers, which is not over yet. So I moved these two over here. But within here, this move starting from here to where it is now is all wave 3. So that we're in wave 4 of 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll go up again for 5. And if that's the case, even that, is still, you're talking about 160 pips to the upside, and that's only wave 3. That doesn't even account for the wave 4 and 5 of the larger trend still to come. So again, I am still viewing this as negative for the dollar. I think, although there might not be anything outwardly negative, I think if there's any inconsistencies or the market doesn't get any big bullish surprise in what they're saying, that they're going to take it as disappointment. So basically, so again, there might not be anything horrible in there, but which I don't think there will be, but it might just be a kind of disappointing, maybe not really telling much, and so the market may take that as negative. This is the Kiwi dollar. I don't trade these crosses a lot, but again, I can see this going back up. I looked at the Aussie before. I'm not really impressed with the Aussie. I won't trade that anyway. So I'm really looking at euro dollar, U.S. Swiss, maybe U.S. yen, and probably those three. So anyways, that's it, guys. I just wanted to get this out. Hopefully you had a chance to see this before the news. Again, as I always say, as disclaimer, especially when I put these out ahead of the news, don't take any trading decisions based on anything I say in this video, okay? Use your own judgment, use your own, do your own analysis, use your own skills, and decide for yourself. This is just my interpretation. It's still 2 hours away. Anything could happen. We could get a surprise announcement because this is not a data point release. It's a statement. It's going to be there's going to be lots of words to crunch and read. It's going to probably take a little while for the market to interpret that and decide which direction. So don't expect an immediate reaction. Wait. Even if there is an initial reaction, I would wait. And at least several minutes until everybody can start to digest what's being said, and then the market will take a foothold and decide on a direction. So because of that, you may or may not want to trade going into this event. Even if you're really confident, then you can get in before the news comes out. Like if you do think that it'll be dollar negative, you could get into this euro dollar long before the news comes out. But if not, just wait for it to come out and you know, read the statement and read some of the quick analysis that will come out, and then you can always jump in. I think there'll be plenty of time. I don't think you'll see a big initial reaction. It'll take a few minutes, and that'll give you plenty of time to jump in. So that's just my advice. So anyways, guys, maybe I'll make a follow-up later once this is out, and you can kind of see what's going on, and we'll see. All right, so that's it, guys. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.